Hello everyone, I'm back with another video for you today. I have a really amazing deck. I know I say that a lot, but this deck is very, very cool. To be honest, it's gone a little bit off the rails. The more that I've tested with it and the more that I've optimized it, I guess you could say. I'm not even sure it's fully optimized anymore. The idea here is to play a Shuri deck with Dr. Octopus. You guys know Dr. Octopus? What a legend. Pull 4 random cards from your opponent's hand to their side on this location. Clog the opponent. Stop them playing any cards in the location where you play Dr. Octopus. We can synergize that with Shuri to double its power, make it a big 20-point bomb. And then we can move it with Ghost Spider, which turns out is actually pretty damn broken in a lot of spots. You take the opponent's whole hand from them, and then you just move to the other 2 locations, and you win those easily with that 20 power Doc Ock plus another, maybe a Spider Woman. Plus the Ghost Spider and whatnot on that turn 6, or maybe you play a Red Skull. So we have a Sauron in here to enable the typical Shuri power lines of Shuri into Red Skull, getting you that 28 power Red Skull, which you can then move with the Ghost Spider. That's one option. We also have Ebony Maw in there as a very nice backup plan for the turn 6, or potentially at some other stage of the game after we've played Sauron. We can drop that alongside maybe a Red Skull for just an insane amount of flexible power at the end of the game. Alternatively, we can maybe just do a Spider-Woman Ebony Maw. Maybe we can play Ebony Maw with Iron Fist and Vulture. So I have a bit of a movement package in here. I don't know exactly why. I guess the idea initially was Kraven works well with the Ghost Spider. It's just a nice value play. When we've got Jeff in there, I had Spider-Man in, and I had Silk in the deck before. You could play Silk instead of Armor. That might still be worth doing, just to sometimes get a bit more Kraven value. The movement package is a little sus in this deck. Honestly, the main focus is going to be on the Shuri, Doc Ock, Ghost Spider interaction here. So, feel free, of course, to take out the movement stuff and experiment with it yourself, but I did enjoy it quite a lot, and yeah, I don't know. That's what it was originally. I don't want to stray too far from the idea. I think there's definitely potential there. You can definitely take out the armor, as I said, and add another movement card if you want more Kraven value, if you want to justify that. Or you could even take out the Kraven. Oh, I just took him out. There you go. You could take him out and play, a Medusa or some other value card if you're finding this to not be good enough. So, but yeah, when you get Shuri and Sauron in this deck, it's just magical. It completely dunks on the Patriot, Absorbing Man, Brood, those kind of decks, because they don't have very much board space already after playing Broods. So you just Doc Ock them in the 3rd location, and you're like, okay, where are your plays in the final turn? You've got nothing. And you're very flexible, able to move around quite nicely, deploy that strength wherever you need it. So I'm really enjoying this deck. Have been really enjoying this deck. It's just an awesome take on Shuri, I think. And in fact, probably the strongest way to play Shuri is with this 1 power Ghost Spider. We could play Taskmaster in the deck, of course. Taskmaster, pretty good typically with Shuri. But the reason we don't have it is because you can't use Ghost Spider with Taskmaster. So that's sort of an anti-synergy, right? If you Ghost Spider the big unit, then that means the Taskmaster copies the Ghost Spider. So you kind of can't do Ghost Spider and Taskmaster. You could have it in the deck as a backup, but I found that probably don't need that. You could definitely try it yourself if that's something you want to do instead of the Spider Woman. I've liked the Spider Woman because you can, there's a lot of times you might want to play it on the Doc Ock location after you've pulled units, get that full 12 value from it, or you could play it on the Broods, which people tend to be playing a lot of. But yeah, pretty awesome deck. I think you guys will enjoy this one. And what would I rate it? Probably just, my typical 8 out of 10. Yeah, at this point, it doesn't mean much. It's a good deck. You can win with it. Let's go into some games. Oh, by the way, I have been playing a ton of Disney's new card game called Lorcana. There is an unofficial client that you can play the game on that I've been using to play and make videos for. So if that's something you'd be interested in, then check out my channel in the description here. It's a very fun card game. I've been enjoying it a lot. I think there's a lot of potential there. And I have some nice videos on that channel for you if you are interested. So, yeah, back to the snap. Okay. Let's get into it. We've got the Sauron at the start here.
Breaking news.
And a Forge. On the opponent's side, you know what that means. I think we all know what that means at this point. I'm hoping the new season with Loki is gonna spice things up a bit. Because this Forge stuff is pretty bonkers. Pretty bonkers. Okay, more rag. Well, we can play Jeff in there. I think I will do that now. Getting a snap from the opponent. They've got the Forge combo. I'm staying in though. We've got Spider-Woman, Shuri, Sauron. I'm actually feeling pretty confident. I'm not going to snap. Although there's sort of a consideration to do that, I think. Depending on what we draw here. Ooh, collapsed mine's kind of awkward. I'm going to have to skip this turn, I think. I would love to play the Sauron, but, you know, for Ebony Maw. But I think we have to skip here. That kind of throws a bit of a wrench in my plans. Still probably want to go Shuri. I can go Shuri and just slam it in the collapsed mine, presumably wherever. Presumably this is where the Brood is going to go from the opponent, if that's what they're running with the Forge. Could be Deadpool or something, I guess, technically. Okay, a bit of a misplay there from the opponent. They now cannot... I suppose they wanted to get the Wasp in the Morag. Okay, maybe not a misplay, but... They cannot do... They cannot do... Whoa, that's a play and a half. Okay. What was I gonna say? Final turn. Well, we can play stuff still, and the opponent can't, so I think we're winning. I was going to say they can't Absorbing Man the Broodlings, you know. Am I right in thinking we just win here? I don't see a way for the opponent to not be losing. We just play some power. I guess if I move Jeff... There's ways I can lose by being a dumbass, but we should be fine here, right? I guess I should show them the Forge and something that they already know exists, like this. Not that they're ever staying in that game. Okay, I think I could have snapped them, to be honest, with the Shuri, although it did look pretty close. It did look pretty close if they didn't do this Legion play. That was a little questionable, maybe. I guess they didn't expect me to have so much power, but they should have done with the Shuri being a thing. Mindscape's interesting. Typically not great for me, but the opponent has Legion, so they may opt to get rid of the Mindscape. But we just need to be a little bit careful here because... Well, we'll see. Yeah, I think I just take a retreat here because the Muir Island is really good for them with their Brood. I don't really have my Shuri and stuff, and Mindscape's also something that can be a little iffy. So I'll get out of here. Take a little bit of a sad 1-cube defeat. I think we want to just be actually being a bit more aggressive here and snapping when I have like all of my combo pieces. The Shuri is one of them. If I draw Sauron as well. I'm snapping on that. I think it's just so strong. I've got the Ebony. Unless the locations really mess me up here, I think we should be favored. It's a little scary snapping. I could have maybe waited for their snap and then counter-snapped. Might have been a better option. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it's all good. Got Doc Ock. That can be useful in this matchup. Provided we don't run into a Shang. But a lot of these decks are not running Shang these days. They tend to be going with other options, I've found. So hopefully that'll be okay. I think I still do want to go with Sauron here. Lots of extra energy, I think, is okay for me. Will make things a little bit awkward for the opponent, potentially. I could just go now with Doc Ock right away. I kind of am tempted to go for that, honestly, and then just do a Shuri next turn. And then finish with Red Skull, Ebony Maw. I think it's the play. I think it's the play. It can backfire a little here. I'm going to drag them into the Superflow, I think. I expect them not to play here now. I expect them to go mid. So this could just mess them up in a big way. But we'll see. Maybe they decide to go in the Superflow for safety. But hopefully Doc Ock here will really mess them up a bit. Yeah, okay, whoa, they're actually filling that location up. I'm not sure about that. Bit of a strange play, perhaps. Let's see what Iron Lad pulls. Okay, Absorbing Man, cool, we like to see that, kind of. I mean, means they have no space to play cards, which I think is a good thing, but... yeah, it is a good thing. Okay, we should just be winning now. We should just be winning. They can't really make a lot of power here. They've actually snapped on this? I don't know about that. I don't think we even need to mess around here with any kind of shenanigans. I guess they've got Blue Marvel coming, but I'm really surprised they're snapping here. I'm really surprised by that. So we can always win this with the Red Skull, so I think we just need points in the mid here. So provided I do something like this, I could just play Vulture even, right? Vulture, Ghost Spider, I mean there's no way they're winning. And this should always win. We've then got this play. This should always pull the Vulture in, which should always give me enough power. Yeah, I think this is always fine. I'm a little afraid, but I think I've done it correctly. 7 plus 8, yeah. Plus 4, just crossing all the, dotting my, I's and T's and whatever. Okay, I think we're chilling. They might even still think they have a chance here. With that Blue Marvel play, which is quite funny. We maybe even bait them into the 8-cuber here. I don't know why they snapped. I guess they underestimated the power that I can output. Which is, the joke is on them. Not even a claw is good enough here to boost the mid up. Mr. Sinister copy? Okay, I mean that is not good enough, good sir. Goodbye. I'll take my 8 cubes. Thank you very much. Just completely crushed them here. Certainly the Dark Hawk can be really, really powerful against this deck in particular because, of course, they don't have a lot of board space because of the broods and stuff. Ooh. Infinity Dr. Octopus. That's quite appropriate, I think, after he just carried me, kind of, in that game. Okay, let's jump into the next one. Let's get another one going here. So we have the Sauron. I think I actually will just play Iron Fist out here. Get some power in the Danger Room, hopefully. Of course, we can use this with Vulture, but I'm hoping... okay, that's a little sad. The unit dies, but not the end of the world, I guess. Ooh, Miles. Cool. I guess. I'll move the Kraven. Honestly, the Kraven in this deck kind of makes less sense than it used to at some point. The deck was looking a bit different, had a few more movement cards in there. Had a Silk in there and stuff, right? But, I kind of want to play the Ebony Maw here, rather than the Sauron, because then I can play the Miles as well. It's pretty nice getting to play the Miles. But don't really want to play in the Danger Room. Maybe we play Sauron next if we miss what we need to get. Just go here for now. Probably should play armor in a different location to the Miles, technically, because we may want a Shuri there, but it's fine. Kind of looks like I'm not getting Shuri anyway, so... I think this is a pretty reasonable situation for us. The opponent's not doing all that much. Go for a snap. Probably are on the typical, Patriot, Brood, Absorbing Man, you know the good stuff. So they've not hit their nutty combos, so I think we're okay to snap. We're going to be able to Doc-Ock the left. Did we want to do that? Can Doc-Ock somewhere else as well if it's preferable. We do need to win 2 locations, which is something I'm a little afraid of managing. So maybe we should Doc-Ock a different location here. Maybe here? Doc-Ock in mid seems a little bit sus, you know? But it should be kind of winning me this location. We'll see. Maybe we just drop a Spider-Woman Ebony Maw at the end in the left. Okay, Rogue. Doesn't do a whole lot against me, does it? So they can get a +4 here in theory with Patriot plus Surfer, so I guess I need to play a 5. I'm not all that concerned about it. I'll play it safe and do something like this, I think. We've got the Spider-Woman, so I think it'll be hard for them to win. We're beating Chavez. Brood plus Surfer would be a lot of power. Brood plus Surfer would be a lot of power. Brood plus Surfer would be a lot of power. I don't know if I can beat that. Brood on its own is 6. Plus 6, 12, and we've got 10. So we can't beat Brood plus Surfer. It's even more because the Surfer can go here. They might be afraid of the Danger Room though. So maybe I should actually Spider-Woman here. I think it's probably better. I just have to not low roll, basically. Yeah, there's the Brood and the Surfer. Just no low roll, please. Please, please, one time. Okay. Okay, we got him. Just about. Little scary. Little scary, but the Doc-Ock did sort of help there. And the Sauron, you know, Ebony Maw. Oof. Very solid turn 6. Didn't need the Shuri in the end. Ooh, I like this. This location's really good for me. And we've got Sauron. I'm gonna snap. I can just drop the Ebony Maw, be mana efficient there, turn that into a symbiote. Now we just need a big unit of some kind. Ooh, Sanctum is not actually bad for me at all. I think that's pretty fine. We've got Jeff in the deck. The opponent shouldn't really be able to get much going. They can turn their units, I suppose, into stuff on Clintar, but Sauron we need to play. And I'm going to Doc-Ock the right, I think, here. And we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we Doc-Ock left. We'll see. See if they play the Brood or whatever here. They don't. Okay. Well... Oh, Iron Fist is really good as well. I mean, I would snap again if I could. Kind of have to play here because of the Ebony Maw anyway, so... We're going to do that. Should be a pretty chill game, I think. Don't really see the opponent having a win con on this set of locations. Pretty useless Absorbing Man there as well. They're just sort of going through the motions, trying to get as much power as possible, I suppose. Just throw that Doc-Ock out. Can even move it to the left if we want. Now, I can get kind of wrecked here, depending on what Grand Central pulls. It's not super optimal, not super ideal necessarily. Might be hard to get something moved into the Sanctum, you know? But I think we can win even, you know, regardless. Okay, they're actually getting rid of that Sanctum. Makes sense. Hopefully we take a win in the right here, pretty effortlessly, yep. Okay, the right is locked down, I believe. Now we're pulling a lot of stuff here. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is getting a little too crazy. This is getting a little too crazy. The Grand Centrals. Yeah, that was rough. That was actually really rough. They kind of should retreat. Because I just play a Chavez and I win. But they might not. They might not. Oh, I kind of have to retreat later, I feel like. I kind of have to retreat later here. And if they take the retreat, then... Nah. Ah! Ah! That should have been looking really good, but... This card is so broken! Just single-handedly wins games. Like a completely doomed situation on every metric. The opponent's the cards the opponent drew, the locations, and I just Legion. Oh, guess I win. Very, very silly card. Oh dear. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. They're playing the Forge in the Murder World. At least they're not snapping. What does that mean exactly for us? It means the peak has arrived, which... I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that right now. Let's keep the Forge on the board, I suppose. That can be a little awkward for the opponent. Don't really want them to be able to get rid of it for free. It's a really big brood. That's a really big brood. I mean, I have Shuri. I don't know if Shuri is going to be enough here, though. When the rest of my hand is kind of broken. Kind of falling apart. Okay, well, so far so... whatever. Pretty whatever so far. Just Legion shenanigans. Taking away my win chances. Feels bad. Okay, I actually want to play Kraven not in Stark Tower. Oh, Kraven here is nice. These locations should be kind of nice for me, although, of course, the Legion can just negate any location benefit that we may otherwise have. I guess I'm in a Sauron. Atalan's probably good for me. Even if they brood here, they may miss out on the absorbing man. Okay, no brood. Well, that's good. That is good. I think I snap here, right? Just need to hit a 5 on the next draw, which should be very doable. 50-50. And even if we don't, it's kind of okay. I'll just maybe play Ebony or something in the left. Okay, they're going for the high rolls with the Iron Lad. Does it hit? They got Chavez, so it did not. Part of me wants to not even play Red Skull here. Part of me wants to just Jim Jam something like this. They're probably already giving up this location in some way, right? Because of the Shuri, they're probably already giving this location up. So I actually think I do this. It's such a bizarre play, I know. But I think it's the move. Already snapped. Actually, not necessarily giving it up entirely.
All systems go.
It's just a little awkward for them to win that location, I feel. I did get the Ghost Spider, so we could have done some shenanigans here, but I think this played the most efficiently. Is this the play then? Just something chill, something relaxed. If they want to go brood... Brood with the Patriot right now is pretty good, but it's +4, so it's 10. So we beat it with Red Skull. Brood plus Surfer, not enough in the left. Brood plus Rogue, not enough. Brood plus... I don't know. I don't see how they win at the left that easily. I think they have to commit a big card. I think this should be okay. I guess Brood plus Surfer... It's just scary, because if they do just drop a Chavez... But they never drop a Chavez, surely. They might try to win this location. Tricky spot. Tricky spot. I think I'm sending this one in. Maybe I should have gone more power mid with the Red Skull and... I should have gone Red Skull mid. That was kind of... Yeah, that was kind of the most obvious thing to do, I think. The opponent. That was a bit of a throw. I should have Red Skull mid. Some of these decisions are a little tricky. Got to be in the head of the opponent. Kind of just winging it a little bit here and there. I actually should probably retreat here, but I'm not retreating here. I'd much rather win 2 in a row than 3 in a row. That's not a very good way of looking at it. I should probably retreat. Sanctum. Okay, remember, Sanctum doesn't mean anything because Legion is a card. Legion is a very cool card that exists. Man, I'm so sad. That last game we should have won. I think I took the correct line up to that point as well. I could have played the Red Skull and got the win in that location. That was an option. As well, I guess. Okay, this game can get kind of crazy. We don't even need to play armor. We know that they play Chavez as their last card, so there's no threat of anything else really. They have to play Legion here, I guess. So do we want to play a Spider-Woman? I think so. Just get the Spider-Woman down on the board. There's the Legion. So we have plus 12. They can boost this up by a lot, to be honest. On the left, it can get boosted by an awful lot. It's pretty scary. It's pretty scary stuff. They've played the Brood out already though, so it's kind of hard for them to now get a lot of units on the board. I think I'm supposed to move the Spider-Woman to sort of retain the strength. Yes, we get 12 there, but it's playing into that. It's just a little bit wonky, I think. It's just a little bit wonky. So let's go something like Ghost Spider, Jeff Armor. Yeah, I think something like this. That's what we need to do here. I think there's no way I was ever beating this this left lane without sacrificing the other two, so here I think we're chilling. I think we're reasonably chilling. They also don't have Absorbing Man as an option for some reason. I kind of would anticipate just a Chavez coming here. I think this is my play. I think they're just going to Chavez mid. They could Rogue plus Surfer. They could have Chavez Wasp. Chavez Wasp is hard for me to beat in the right. It's really hard for me to beat in the right. Chavez Wasp might be their play. Chavez Wasp right. It's hard to do that though. But then again, I mean, every time so far my play has been sort of correctly outmaneuvered. Okay, we got them here. We got them here. Interesting game. Chavez Wasp right was my lose condition, but I think that's difficult for the opponent to see and do. Maybe Maybe not. Okay, well, now another 3-cuber and we're winning. Or we can do 2 2-cubers. So, you know, we've got options here. I do feel like this is a pretty decent matchup, to be honest, for this deck. All things considered. Let's maybe throw an armor out here. Keep that a little bit, you know, concealed for the time being. Basically just need to... Ooh, Lamentis should be good for me, I think. I think it should be good for me. It kind of is going to depend what they hit, of course, what they manage to hit. But this hand, I mean, it's very solid. I've got to go with the snap, surely, right? Then we can Doc Hawk and we can move it. It should be really, really solid. Or we can just, you know... Probably Doc Hawk. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe we can also just simply play whatever. Okay, get rid of that. That's helpful. I think I'm going to Shuri here. I want to Shuri into the contested location if we're not Doc Hawking. Okay, they actually played Surfer. That's really not good for them. Yeah, I think the opponent's a little screwed here. The question is just, do we Doc Hawk them? I think we probably do. I think we probably do. Just so we see all the cards they have. It's a little scary, honestly, to Doc Hawk, but it should limit their options and how they gain power in, you know, a different location here. So I think it's very okay to Doc Hawk. And if they play like a card or two here, then they have basically nothing left, right? They've got one card to utilize, so we can always play around their best play, which I guess is a Chavez. They may have a Chavez, I suppose. There's a Legion, no problem. Even a Patriot is not good enough here to win the left, so we don't even need to go Spider if we don't want to. We just simply win, right? Am I missing anything? I don't think so. I think that's just a pretty chill dub. Dubarino. Okay, I mean, I lost a pretty nasty 4-cube game, but totally fine in the end. Totally fine. This deck does do pretty well, I think, into this meta deck of the opponent. The last 2 opponents. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Enjoy this deck if you play it. Let's look forward to the Loki season. I'm going to have some more decks for you in the coming days, so subscribe if you aren't already. I'm sure you are. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.